Right now, you're refreshing LinkedIn, scrolling through Indeed, checking company career pages for the 10th time today. You've applied to 47 jobs this month. Radio silence. Meanwhile, someone else just got hired for a role that was never posted online. They didn't compete with 250 other applicants. They didn't even apply. The company created the position specifically for them. And here's what nobody's telling you. This is how 70% of hiring actually works in 2026. You've been playing a game where 70% of the prizes are in a room you didn't even know existed. I'm Mary Southern, founder of Resume Assassin. And over the last decade, I've helped over 4,000 people land jobs at Microsoft, Google, Tesla, Netflix, and more. And I'm about to show you the biggest shift in job searching that most people are completely missing. Let me ask you something. You know how the big restaurants in any city don't have big signs out front? How the coolest parties aren't advertised on Facebook? How the most exclusive sneaker drops sell out before most people even know they're happening? Your job search works exactly the same way in 2026. Studies consistently show that up to 70% of all openings are never publicly advertised. That means if you're only looking at job boards, company websites, and posted openings, you're literally competing for 30% of what's actually available. It's like showing up to a party where 70% of the food is in a secret room that only certain people know about. Meanwhile, everyone else is fighting over the small appetizer tray in the main hall. And here's what makes this even more frustrating. You've been doing exactly what you were told to do, right? Polish your resume, write custom cover letters, apply online, network on LinkedIn, follow up, and yet nothing. It's not because your resume isn't good enough. It's not because you're not qualified. It's because you're looking in the wrong place. Here's what we're covering today. First, I'm going to show you why the hidden job market just got massive in 2026 and why it's actually bigger than the posted job market now. Second, we'll talk about why this is happening and what changed in the hiring landscape. Third, I'm going to break down the exact strategies to access this hidden market. Not like vague networking advice, but actual tactical specific moves you can make this week. And finally, I'll show you how getting one hidden job opens doors to 10 more. This is the job search playbook for 2026. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with the foundation here. The hidden job market isn't new, right? You've probably heard about it. But what is new is how massive it's become. The hidden job market refers to all job opportunities that are filled without ever being advertised to the general public. Think of the job market as an iceberg. The jobs you see posted on LinkedIn, Indeed, company websites, that's just the tip, right? Sticking above the water. The real mass, like the 70 to 80%, is underwater where you can't even see it. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. So, Mary, I've heard about networking and the hidden job market before. This isn't anything new. I get it. And you're absolutely right. But here's what's changed. Small businesses comprise of 99.9% of US employers. And these companies typically fill jobs informally and under the radar all the time. They often just tap into their networks, grabbing friends, acquaintances, and other people they just know are available to fill the roles. For these businesses, posting a job publicly is often the last resort, not the first step. Let me give you a real-world example that'll make this click. Think about the last time you planned a trip. Did you go to TripAdvisor and book the #1 rated hotel? Or did you text your friend who just got back from that city and ask, "Where'd you stay? Was it good?" Hiring managers do the exact same thing. When they need to fill a role, they don't start by writing a job description and posting it on LinkedIn. That's the last thing they want to do because it means they'll get flooded with 300 applications from people they don't know. And they'll have to spend weeks screening resumes. Instead, what are they doing? Well, they text their network, "Hey, Do you know anyone good in marketing? They post in their private Slack groups. They ask their current employees for referrals. They reach out to that person they met at a conference 6 months ago. And here's the kicker. These hidden roles are filled through referrals, recruiter relationships, and internal networks long before a job board ever sees them. So by the time you see that job posting online, it's not really available. The hiring manager has already talked to 3 people from their network. The opening that you're applying to, it's really just a formality. They already know who they want to hire. They just have to post it publicly for compliance or company policy. You're applying to ghost jobs, positions that were never really open to begin with. It's like trying to get tickets to Taylor Swift's Eras tour by showing up at the box office the day of the show. Sure, technically tickets are available, but everyone who actually got in bought them through pre-sale codes, fan clubs, and connections. You never really had a chance. Okay, now I want to talk about the new math of job searching and why everything you've been told is completely wrong. So let's talk about why this matters for your job search specifically. When you apply to jobs online, you know what you're really doing? You're entering the most competitive, lowest success rate channel that exists for finding work. Here's the math. The average job posting gets, let's say, 2 applications. Out of those 250 people, maybe 5 to 10 get interviewed. 1 person gets hired. That's a 0.4% success rate. Compare that to the hidden job market. When someone reaches out to you directly because they know you or you were referred, your competition isn't 249 other people. Your competition is maybe 2 to 3 people. Sometimes it's just you. The success rate jumps from 0.4% to maybe 30 to 40%. That's a 100x improvement. That's huge. But here's what most people don't understand. Employers turn to the hidden job market for several key reasons. Cost savings, right? Advertising job openings can be expensive and time-consuming. Access to known candidates. Employers often prefer candidates they already know or who come recommended by trusted sources. Confidentiality. Keeping hiring decisions private during restructures or when replacing high-profile employees. Employee referrals. Companies prefer candidates recommended by current employees. And avoiding application overload. Let me translate what this means for you. When you apply online, the company sees you as a risk. They don't know you. They don't know if you can actually do the work. They don't know if you'll fit with the team. So they're cautious, skeptical. They're looking for reasons to say no. But when you come through the hidden market, when someone they trust vouches for you, when you've been building a relationship with the hiring manager, when you've demonstrated your expertise publicly, you're not a risk anymore. You're an opportunity, someone they actually want to hire. It's the difference between cold calling someone to sell them something versus having a mutual friend introduce you at a dinner party. The entire dynamic is completely different. Okay, think about dating apps versus meeting someone through friends. On the app, you're one profile in a sea of hundreds. You get 3 seconds to make an impression. Most matches go nowhere. But when your friend introduces you to someone at a party and says, "You two have so much in common. You'd really hit it off," that introduction carries weight. It's pre-vetted. There's built-in trust. The hidden job market is the friend introduction. The posted job market is the dating app. Which one do you think has better success rates? All right, so now you understand that the hidden market exists and why companies use it. Now let's talk about what this actually looks like in practice. I call this the speakeasy effect. During Prohibition, the best bars in any city didn't have signs. You had to know someone who knew someone to even find out that they existed. You'd walk down an alley, knock on an unmarked door, give a password, and suddenly you're in this incredible space that 99% of people walking by have no idea is there. The hidden job market works exactly like this in 2026. Let me give you some real examples. Example 1, the created position. A company isn't planning to hire. They're not thinking about adding headcount. Then they meet someone like at a conference through LinkedIn via a warm intro, and they think, oh, this person is impressive. We should find a way to work with them. So they create a position. They carve out a role specifically designed around that person's skills. This happens all the time. Many hidden opportunities are created when the right person shows up. Flexible companies build roles around the talent they want to keep. That job never even existed before. It will never, ever be posted. It was created for one specific person. Example 2, the Coachella ticket. So you know how Coachella tickets sell out within minutes and how some people always seem to get them while you're stuck on the waiting list that absolutely never moves? It's because those people know someone. They're in the right group chats. They have access to pre-sale codes. They know the promoter's assistant's cousin, right? Hidden jobs work the exact same way. By the time you see the posting, the good candidates already heard about it 2 weeks ago through their network. They've already had coffee with the hiring manager. They've already been referred by 3 people. By the time you apply, it's essentially already filled. Example 3 is the exclusive drop. Think about limited edition sneaker releases, right? So Nike announces a new shoe. Officially, it's going to be available to everyone on Saturday at 10 a.m., right? But the reality, half the inventory was already bought by people with Nike accounts, loyalty status, or bot networks. Another 30% went to employees and insiders. By the time you click purchase at 10:01 a.m., there's absolutely nothing left. You weren't competing with everyone. You were competing for the 20% of leftovers that actually made it to public sale. The same thing happens with the best jobs. Up to 70% of jobs are never posted publicly. They're filled through referrals, recruiter relationships, and internal networks, long before a job board ever sees them. The positions you see online, those are the leftovers, the roles they couldn't fill through their network. And even then, half of them are ghost jobs posted for compliance, but not actually being filled. Okay, so you get it now. The hidden market is massive. It's where the best opportunities are, and you're currently locked out of it. So how do you get in? This is where I'm going to give you really tactical, specific strategies. Not like build your network advice, not just reach out to people. Actual moves you can make this week. Strategy 1 is the reverse job search. Stop searching for job postings, okay? Start searching for companies and people. Here's how this works. Make a list of 20 companies where you'd actually want to work. Not just any company with openings, companies whose mission excites you, whose work you respect, whose culture aligns with your values. After identifying companies of interest, your next step is to pinpoint the hiring manager for the department you'd like to join. Platforms like LinkedIn are invaluable for finding the right contacts. Once you've identified the hiring manager, reach out through social media, email, or even a phone call to initiate a conversation. Then, and this is key, reach out to them before they have an opening. Not to ask for a job, to start a conversation. Share something insightful about their industry. Comment on their LinkedIn posts. Send a really thoughtful message about the work that they're doing. You're planting seeds here, building a relationship. So when they do have an opening, you're the first person that they think of. Strategy 2 is build in public. This is huge in 2026. Share your expertise publicly. Write LinkedIn posts about your field. Create content that demonstrates you actually know what the heck you're talking about. Most people treat LinkedIn like a resume, right? They post their job update and then they disappear. You need to treat it like a portfolio of your thinking. When hiring managers Google your name, they should find evidence that you're an expert. Blog posts, LinkedIn articles, comments on industry topics, projects that you've built. When someone needs expertise in your area, your name comes up. Strategy 3 is the coffee chat strategy. Everyone tells you to do informational interviews, right? But most people do them wrong. Here's the right way. Don't ask for general advice. Don't ask like, how did you get into this field? That's boring, right? And it wastes their time. Instead, come with value. I noticed that your company just launched X. I've been researching this space and found some really interesting data about why. Would love to share it with you and get your take. Approach informational interviews as a chance to learn and connect, not just to ask for a job. Demonstrate that you're a valuable resource by discussing your skills, your experiences, and how they align with the company's values and goals. Now you're not asking for favors. You're offering something really interesting. You're starting a conversation as peers, not as supplicant to gatekeeper. This is how you move from unknown applicant to valuable connection. Strategy 4 is the insider move. Target companies where you already have some level of connection. Alumni from your school, people who worked at your previous company, members of professional groups that you're in. Even a weak connection is better than cold outreach. We both went to state university is enough to get someone to respond to your message. Make a list of every company where you have a tenuous connection. Former coworkers, new employer, LinkedIn connections company, alumni network companies. These are your highest probability targets. Strategy 5 is the recruiter relationship. Most people think recruiters are their enemy, right? They're not. They're your access point to the hidden market. Build a relationship with a staffing agency. Recruiters often know about positions before they're even posted or even created. Find recruiters who specialize specifically in your industry, not general recruiters, specialist recruiters who know your field deeply. Build real relationships with them. Check in monthly. Let them know exactly what it is you're looking for. When they call you with an opportunity, respond quickly. Good recruiters have access to roles that never see the light of day. They're literally your ticket into the hidden market. Here's the part that most people don't realize about the hidden job market. Once you get in, everything changes. Getting your first hidden market job is the hardest part. It's like getting accepted to an exclusive club. You have to work to get that first invitation, but once you're in, the doors keep opening. Here's why. The hidden job market refers to open roles that aren't advertised, filled through employee referrals, shared directly with staffing partners, kept internal to avoid a flood of unqualified applicants, or kept confidential due to leadership transitions or strategic changes. When you land a role through the hidden market, you're now inside that network. You're the one people call when they need a referral. You're the one who hears about opportunities before they're posted. You're the one with the insider information. Let me give you a real scenario. You land a job at company A through a warm introduction, right? 6 months in, you're doing great work. Your coworker leaves to take a role at company B. She reaches out. Hey, we're building a team here and I immediately thought of you. Do you want to chat? You didn't apply. You didn't even know they were hiring. The opportunity found you. Or your manager gets recruited to company C. 2 months later, we need someone with your exact skill set. Interested in joining me here? Or you attend a company event and meet someone from another department. 3 months later, they're starting a new project and they remember that conversation. Would you want to work on this with me? This is exactly how professionals at the top of their field operate. They're not scrolling job boards. They're getting called about opportunities because they're in the network. And here's the really powerful part. The hidden market isn't just about jobs. It's about everything. When you're connected, you hear about funding rounds before they're even announced. You learn about new initiatives before they go public. You get introduced to investors, partners, and collaborators. It's a compounding advantage. One connection leads to 3 more. One opportunity opens doors to 5 others. Think about it like this. Remember when you were trying to get your first credit card and everyone said, you need credit history to get credit, but you need a credit card to build credit history. It felt impossible. The hidden job market has the same. You need to be in to access opportunities, but you need opportunities to get But here's the good news. Unlike credit cards, there are actual ways to break through that barrier. The strategies I just gave you, those are your entry points. And once you get that first hidden market opportunity, the momentum completely shifts. Instead of you chasing jobs, opportunities start chasing you. That's when you know you've made it. That's the new era of job searching in 2026. All right. Let's try to bring this all together. We've just covered the biggest shift in job searching that most people are completely missing. Up to 70 to 80% of all job openings are never publicly advertised, which means if you're only applying to posted jobs, you're competing for 30% of what's actually available. The hidden job market isn't some conspiracy theory. It's the natural way most hiring actually occurs, through relationships, networks, and direct connections, rather than through the formal public channels that most job seekers focus on. We talked about why this is happening. Companies like to save money, avoid application overload, and hire people that they already trust. We covered what it actually looks like. The speakeasy effect, the Coachella tickets, the exclusive drops. And I gave you 5 specific strategies to break into this hidden market. But here's what I want you to understand. This isn't just about finding your next job. This is about fundamentally changing how you approach your entire career. When you master the hidden job market, you stop being a job seeker. You start becoming someone that opportunities come to. You stop competing with 250 other applicants. You start having coffee chats that turn into job offers. You stop refreshing Indeed every morning. You start getting texts from your network about roles they think you'd be perfect for. That's the shift I want for you in 2026. If you need help updating your resume, optimizing your LinkedIn profile, or creating content to actually stand out on LinkedIn, let's chat. That's exactly what I do at Resume Assassin. Check out the link in the description. But whether you work with me or not, the most important thing you can do right now is stop playing the posted job market game. Start building relationships. Start reaching out to companies before they have openings. Start demonstrating your expertise publicly. Make the shift from hunter to hunted. If this video opened your eyes to how job searching actually works in 2026, hit that like button and subscribe for more career strategy content. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever landed a job through the hidden market? What strategies have worked for you? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.